Rachelle here from Rachelle Sunset Yoga. I'm really excited for this class. I've had lots of requests for a 25 to 35 minute vinyasa flow with a lot of attention on back line of the body, so hamstrings, low back, upper back, that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So no props necessary unless you'd like to work with blocks. That's always a nice option, but if you don't have them, that's fine too. We're going to start off at the top of our mat, so just come on up when you're ready. Toes point forward, feet just underneath the hips. Your hands can rest down by your sides. And just find length in your spine without finding rigidity or any strain. We want to feel the strength of our body, but without too much force. You can close down the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And just begin to draw your attention down into the soles of your feet. You might notice where your weight is primarily. Maybe it's more in the toes, maybe it's in the heels, maybe more towards one foot than the other. And then just try to find evenness. So really centering your weight right down through the midline. Growing tall through the spine, so crown of the head elevated up towards the sky. And we'll just drop our attention down into our breath. So in vinyasa, we want to move with connection. We want to move with this like synchronicity with our breath. So it's a great practice to just get to know your breath, establish a relationship with it. So as we move through our practice, you can stay connected to the breath. So on your next breath in, let's reach our arms up towards the sky, just reaching them as high up as what feels comfortable for you. You can always keep the shoulders down away from the ears and have a bend in the elbows. As you exhale, reach your palms towards the walls and then hinge from your hips, a soft bend in the knees as you fold your body down over your legs. First forward fold, sometimes it's a little tight, a little, lots of sensations. So finding a little bit of movement might feel nice. You can bend one knee, bend the other, let the head drop down. Notice what is your experience in the back of your legs today? What is the experience in your low back, your head, your shoulders? On an inhale breath, start to straighten your legs, your arms, and your spine. You can have your hands on your shins or your thighs. Find a flat back position. Navel pulls in towards the spine to support the low back. And then as you exhale, you can bend your knees again as much as you need to plant your hands on the floor. This is where blocks are handy if you have them. We'll step back into a tabletop position. So as your feet go back, the knees can come down. Align your hands right underneath your shoulders with your fingers spread wide. Your toes can be tucked under or lie them flat. We'll inhale and begin to tilt the pelvis so the tailbone reaches up, the crown of the head reaches up, and the heart rolls forward. Cow pose. And then as you exhale, from the tailbone, begin to curl it under. One vertebrae at a time will follow, and we'll begin to press into the hands quite vigorously to round through the upper back. Draw the navel towards the spine. Cat pose. Flowing with the breath. A couple more times at your own pace here. So inhaling into your cow pose, opening up through the front line of the body. And exhaling into your cow pose, or your cat pose rather, pressing back of the shoulders apart. Let's go one more time. Slow and steady with the breath. On your next inhale, come to neutral. Slide your right leg back behind you with your toes curled under. And then slide the right leg as far over to the left as you can. As you do this, you can look over your left shoulder. You'll be able to see your foot. And begin to compress and make shorter the left side of your body. So your left shoulder will come towards your left hip. And you're lengthening through your right side body. So from your right shoulder all the way to the heel of the right foot, there's length. If you like a little bit more sensation here, you could let your left elbow come down to the earth and reach your right hand towards the top left corner of your mat. So you're deepening that C curve of your spine, this lateral movement. And then press down into that right hand and continue to press the right heel away. You'll feel some more significant stretch if you are active in this position. and start to walk yourself up. As you arrive, you want your knee underneath your hip and your right leg straight out at the side. So I'm just going to change my orientation so it's a little bit easier for you to see and understand if you're watching the video. So your toes can be pointing straight forward, a little bit out to the side, whatever feels good for your hip here. On an inhale breath, we'll sweep our left arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, let your right hand just glide down the front of your leg, so you're not putting any pressure here, and just lengthening again through the side body, reaching that left arm as far over your ears, what feels good for you. And then as you breathe in, we're going to slowly come through center. The left hand's going to find the floor right underneath the left shoulder, so landing it down nice and slow. And now the right arm will reach up towards the sky, coming into kind of a side plank variation. If you're happy here, you're welcome to stay. If you'd like a little bit of sensation and stretch for your hip flexor here, another great part of the body to focus on with our yoga class, you can start to lift the right leg and then bend the knee. Take your right hand to your right ankle and then gently start to press your heel in towards your bum. Engage your bum a little bit, engage your low belly, and then start to roll your right shoulder back. So you're getting a nice stretch of the front line of the body as well here. If you have hold of the foot, gently release. We're just going to reverse out so the hand can lift up, the foot can come down, and then with strength, we'll come all the way back up into that gate pose so the arms can come up to a T. Readjust your leg. Take a breath in, reach the arms up into the air. As you exhale, bring your hands through heart center, and then find the hands on the floor in front of you, just underneath your shoulders. So you're going to slide your chest slightly forward. Keep pressing down into your right foot. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slide your hips back towards your back heel so you feel a stretch on the inner thigh of your right leg. As you inhale, come forward, just a little bit past your wrist if that feels okay for you. As you exhale, slide it back. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, slide it back. Inhale, come to center. Slide your right leg behind you, finding your knees back underneath your hips. And we'll take one more of those cat-cows. So nice and slow, inhale, belly drops, tail and crown lift. Roll your shoulder blades together, send your heart forward. As you exhale, begin to curl your tail under, round your back, one vertebra at a time moves like dominoes. As you inhale, come back to center. Extend your left leg back, press the heel away. Feel that sensation of stretching your ankle, the sole of your foot, the calf, the hamstring, and then begin to slide the left leg over towards the right, as far over as you can. Gaze over your right shoulder, and begin to squeeze that right side body. So you can think of almost like an oblique crunch, so really shortening the right side and lengthening through your left side. You can stay here, or again, maybe offer your right elbow down to the earth and extend your left hand towards the top right corner of your mat. So making a deeper C curve with your body. Continue to press into the hand, press into the heel, pause here for another breath. Let your hands come back down to the floor if they're not there yet. Your left leg will slide back behind you. Keep letting it slide over towards the left. Heel comes down to the floor. Begin to walk yourself up. So your right knee is underneath your hip and your left leg is out about in line with your hip as well. Find the orientation that feels good with your foot, and then take a nice deep breath in. Reach your arms all the way up into the air. As you exhale, the hands can come slide down heart center. The left hand can come on the inside of the left leg, not putting any pressure on that leg, sweeping the right arm up. Inhale. As you exhale, left hand slides down your leg any amount. Try to stay long through both of your side bodies, so not just the right side, but also the left side. Pausing here, maybe opening up the chest a little bit. Gaze wherever you feel comfortable. And then on an inhale, we'll make our way all the way through center, letting the right hand come down to the floor. The left arm reaches up. Finding this little kind of side plank variation here. Hand underneath the shoulder. The leg is still extended nice and strong, pressing the foot into the floor. You can stay here or lift the leg, bend the knee, take the hand to the ankle, engage your core. Make sure you're not just going into a back bend without any intention. And then pull the heel towards the bum, engage the bum, send the heart forward, and maybe up as you roll your shoulder back. Ensure that you're able to breathe. with strength, come all the way up, reach the arms towards the sky, big breath in. As you exhale, hands slide through heart center, hands find the ground in front of you, shifting your shoulders so they're right over top of your wrist, take a breath in. As you exhale, hips towards back heel. Inhale to stretch forward, feel into the sensation in the forearms. Exhale, slide it back. One more time, inhale coming forward, doing great. Exhale, slide it back. Inhale to come forward, slide your left leg back behind you, the knees will come down to the ground. This time, walk your hands just a little bit more in front of you, so they're about a hand space forward, still shoulder distance apart. Take a tuck of your toes, and then just lift your knees like an inch off of the ground. Begin to send your hips back, like you're doing a little tiger curl, and then start to straighten your legs as much as what feels good for you for your downward facing dog. First down dog of our practice here, so you can find a little bit of movement. In down dog, a lot of the times what we see is our students collapsing in the chest, so don't do that. You want to stay broad through your upper back. Engage your core and think of a V, an upside down V. You want to create that type of shape rather than this big, arched back position, because that's really difficult for our joints to be in over long periods of time. So as you're finished pedaling it out, we'll take an inhale breath and sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Try to keep your hips square. As you exhale, step your right foot through in between your hands. If it doesn't get there right away, a lot of the times your foot will land here, you can just take your hand to the ankle, pull it forward, so you have nice alignment here, knee over the ankle. Ensure that your feet are hips distance apart and lower down your back knee. We'll take an inhale breath to reach the arms up into the air, and an exhale breath to cactus through the elbows. Inhale again, the arms reach up into the air. As you exhale, fingertips will come down to the floor. Begin to slide your hips back and flex your right toes up towards the sky. Pausing here for a big breath in, lengthening through the spine, getting long through the side body. Staying for the exhale, maybe folding over that right leg just a little bit more. As you breathe in, walk yourself back, fingertips to the floor or blocks if you have them. Pick up your back knee and then walk your back foot like 2 feet forward. So nice big step up, so your heel can easily touch the ground. Take a look at your left toes. You want them pointing towards the top left corner of your mat, so there's a little bit of external rotation. And then begin to straighten your legs and square your hips. So in this position, our pyramid pose, we want to think about sending our right hip towards the back of the room and the left hip towards the front of the room. So there's like a scissoring action of your inner thighs. You can also visualize your tailbone pointing towards the back of the room, so it'll help to lengthen through the low back. If the legs are a little bit bent, no big deal, but try to get them straight and think about lengthening through your torso. So your hips and the crown of your head are facing away from one another and getting nice and long. You can stay with your hands on the floor, or for a little bit more core work, hands can come together at the heart. See if you can pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fingertips back down to the floor. Soft bend in your front knee. Step your left foot all the way back again, coming into that long lunge position. Plant your hands firmly, and then kick your right leg all the way back up into the air, coming into your 3-legged dog. Taking a nice deep breath in once you get here. As you exhale, right foot meets the left. You can give yourself a little shake if you like. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. We're going to take it to the other side. I'm just going to switch my orientation so it's easier for you guys to see. On an inhale breath, lift your left leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, step your foot in between your hands. You want to curl your knee in, round through your back, and then see if you can get the foot to come all the way up in that one full swoop. Again, if it doesn't happen, you can always take the hand to the ankle, and then find those little wiggles, all those little adjustments that you require to find a long lunge position, and you have proper alignment, knee over ankle. Let's lower the back knee down, engage your low belly, engage your inner thighs towards center, and inhale the arms up into the air. As you exhale, cactus the elbows, synchronizing breath to movement. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fingertips come down to the floor or blocks if you have them. We'll begin 2 feet in front of where it just was. And then take a little bit of an external rotation. So your big toe is pointing towards the top right corner of your mat, and begin to square your hips, straighten your legs, and lengthen your spine. So you want to press down into all 4 corners of your front foot as well as your back foot. There's a tendency for the heel to lift or for the pinky edge side to lift off. You want to really press down into that leg. Think about more of your weight going in towards the back of your back leg, just to find a little bit more buoyancy through your upper body. Left hip goes back, right hip comes forward, squeeze your inner thighs, low belly draws in, roll your shoulders back. You can stay here if you like, or hands together at the heart. Keeping that low belly drawn in, side body nice and long, holding here for 5, 4, 3, smile, 2, and 1. Fingertips down, soft bend in your front knee, step your right leg a little further back, plant your palms, and then with one full motion, left leg lifts back up into the air, come into your 3-legged dog pause. As you exhale, left foot meets right. Nice. Give yourself a little bit of a pedal, a little shake of the hip side to side if you like. And then offer your knees down to the ground, slide your toes a little bit further back so you feel them touch the edge of your mat. You could have them staying curled under or lie them flat, whatever you like. The hands are going to reach towards the top of your mat. We're coming into puppy pose. So you can let your elbows come down to the floor and think about sending your tailbone back and up. So kind of like child's pose situation, like sending your hips back, just so your hips aren't way forward. You want to send them back so they're about in line with your knees. Your elbows could touch the floor and you can stay looking forward, or your chest could come down, maybe the forehead to the floor. So you want to think about your low belly drawing in. So you're engaging through the core and keeping your back really safe in this position. It's really easy to just kind of flop into it, so you want to stay engaged. We've got one more breath here. We'll slowly start to peel ourselves forward into Sphinx. So the elbows will be on the floor. You'll begin to let your hips come down, pelvis to the earth. You can walk your feet a little bit wider. It feels nice for the back, just to have a little bit more space between the legs. And just give yourself a little bit of, again, a wiggle. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders with your fingers pointing forward. And there's some activation in your low belly again. I'm going to draw the navel in and up to support the back. Feel though that your spine is nice and long, and if you're feeling any compression, if it's too much of a back bend, you can walk the elbows more forward, and that's going to decrease the angle. So listen to your body, what feels good for you. I'm going to pause here for just one more breath. Deep inhale. And a deep exhale. To come out of this, just start to let your elbows slide away from center. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders so your elbows are closer towards your ribs. Engage your core, lift yourself up onto your hands and knees, find your tabletop position. Now this next little step, we're going to come down onto our bum. If you're not comfortable sitting on your heels, you can always come to a cross-legged position. That's totally fine too. Either way, take an inhale breath to reach your arms out nice and wide. Your palms are facing forward and the backs of your hands are reaching towards the wall behind you. Keep your low belly drawn in, but start to flutter your arms back a little bit. Just little pulses here. Relax through the head of the neck. Take one more little pulse. Press the backs of the hands back. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, give yourself a hug with your right arm on top. See if you can take hold of either your shoulder heads or your shoulder blades and begin to round forward. As you round forward, let your arms get heavy and let your head relax. Your elbows might come down to the floor, they might not, but just go down as far as what feels good for you. On an inhale breath, slowly start to peel yourself back up. Reach your arms out wide again, opening the chest. As you exhale, left arm on top, hands to shoulder blades, or shoulder heads or shoulder blades, wherever you can reach. Reaching your chest forward and down, rounding through your back, letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, slowly start to bring yourself back up. This time arms will circle around, bringing the palms together up and overhead, and then interlacing the fingers and flipping the palms up towards the sky. Take an inhale here, get nice and long through your side body. And then as you exhale, round through your spine, press the palms of your hands towards the front of the room and get as rounded through your back as you can. Then let your hands come to your knees, whether you're sitting on your heels or in a cross-legged position, and begin to roll your spine the opposite direction. So just like we would in our cat-cows. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, rounding the spine. So inhale to open up. Exhale to round the spine. One more time, nice and slow. Inhale, open up. Exhale to round the spine. And inhale, come to neutral. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Big breath in. As you exhale, a little twist to your right. Inhale, come back to center. Arms reach up. Exhale, twist to your left. One more time each way. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up, hands reach towards the sky, bring the palms to touch. As you exhale, slide your hands down to your heart. If you're sitting on your heels, you can just roll off. If you're sitting cross-legged, either way, we're just going to extend the legs out in front of us. Pointing the toes up towards the sky, and if you like, you can release the flesh from underneath your bum so you can really feel your sitting bones nice and grounded here. I'll start off by taking a bend in the knees, and then holding onto the knees, a little bit of a back bend here, opening up to the chest. As you exhale, belly towards thighs, chest towards knees, and then maybe the hands can come to the soles of the feet if you can reach. Maybe just a gentle pull back on the toes just to release some tension that might be held in the soles of the feet. You could let your head relax. You could stay here, you could begin to let your heels slide a little further away from you. Readjusting as you need. We'll take one more breath. And then as you breathe in, slowly start to peel yourself back up. We'll bring the soles of the feet together, but keep them really wide or really far away from your body. So there's like an arm length before your heels are, they're not anywhere closer. They're nice and far. And then again, if you need to, release the flesh from underneath your seat. Take a nice deep breath in, roll your shoulders back. Think a little bit of a back bend, but just through the upper back. So heart opens. Exhale, lean forward just as far forward as what feels good for you, and then begin to round. And let your arms go wherever feels comfortable for you. Some people like to slide their hands underneath their shins or their calves. You can find little bits of wiggling movement, what feels good for you. Or you can find stillness. Creating a little bit of space in the back body here, just rounding down, letting the muscles soften. Let's take one more deep inhale. Maybe a sigh out through the mouth. As you inhale, slowly peel yourself back up, close your knees. We're going to roll down onto our back from here. So any which way that works for you is just fine. As you do come down, grab hold of the outside edge of your feet, if you can reach. If not, the ankle is fine too. And start to bend your knees and shine the soles of the feet up towards the sky for happy baby. You can find a little bit of rocking here, a little bit of movement. Think of massaging your lower back, your kidneys, your hips. Now you could stay with the knees really bent, or if your hamstrings are wanting a little bit more sensation, you can begin to just see how it would feel if you straightened out one of your legs. You might kind of roll to that side, that's fine. And then maybe straighten out the other leg. And play with that a little bit back and forth. And maybe trying to straighten out both legs at the same time. Actively pressing the heels away from the body. Gently maybe pulling the toes towards the shins. Continuing your rock if you like, or coming into stillness. Wherever you are, we'll gently let the feet come down to the ground. Let the arms reach overhead and just let your knees knock in towards one another for a moment. I'm going to take an internal rotation of our legs. Well, this is an internal rotation, but we're going to take a bit of a bigger internal rotation. In yoga, we do a lot of hip opening, and that's wonderful, but to have diversity in our movement, we got to move in every which way. So in this internal rotation, start to walk your feet further away from one another and let your knees knock in towards one another. So you're still keeping this kind of collapsed triangle or collapsed upside down V, something like that. And then if you like, you can find just a little bit of movement here. So one knee will come closer towards the floor as the other comes a little bit away, and then switching. Walk the feet back in and then slide the legs out. Give them a little shake. Hands can rest down on your belly, your heart space if you like, or come into a more traditional Shavasana shape with the arms at your side, whatever you prefer. Close down the eyes and just give yourself a moment of stillness here, or as many moments as you would like anyway. You can stay here for as long as you desire. I'd like to take this opportunity to say a huge thank you to everyone who has hit the subscribe button. I'm so happy that this platform is accessible and people can use it and practice yoga and do their fitness stuff in the comfort of their own home right now. So thank you so much for just allowing me to continue sharing my love for movement and yoga and fitness, even though we are unable to see each other in person. We can still practice with one another through this, so thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.